Sup? The name's Kat. Yeah. If you came here for Gamer Girls, or a reaction of me just sitting there being like, yes. Yeah. And just, you know, wearing something low cut, face sloshed with makeup, yeah, things like that. If you came here for that, get the fuck out of here. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Lore Behind the Game. My name is Kat. I'm known in the gaming community for my Let's Plays, which was the channel Miss Cat Squad before we made it into All Ages Geek. Rest in peace, Miss Cat Squad. Forever it is gone. Just because it's rebranded doesn't mean it's gone, my friends. Now, I'm known in the gaming community as somebody who knows how to talk about story, knows how to talk about characters, knows how to talk about, like, anything that has to do with lore behind the game. If you haven't already, check out our Last of Us Let's Play. It's fantastic. I freaking love this game based on the direction, the voice acting, everything is on point with this game. I am telling you, this game is a masterpiece and a half. It will make you feel all the feels. It will make you get drained of all your emotions. And yes, we've been planning this for a very long time. This video isn't just going to be a that looks pretty cool type of reaction. No, it's not going to be one of those, because I think this game doesn't deserve just a reaction. This game deserves a lot for us to discuss. This game deserves a lot for us to sit down and experience it together. And yes, if you're wondering, we definitely will be streaming The Last of Us 2 on Twitch. If you haven't already, check out our Twitch channel. The link is right there and also in the description. We do a lot of live streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. But for The Last of Us, you could definitely expect that. The Last of Us Part 2, and also The Last of Us. I like replaying games as well, because again, it's not just all about the hype for me. It's not just about that, or just like playing games to get views and whatnot. I mean, I hate when people do that, because it kind of like tarnishes the entirety of the meaning of gaming. I mean, I for one am the type of person who will go back and play some nostalgic type of games, and kind of go back there and be like, yo, that seems really cool, and I want to definitely experience that all over with you guys. Even if I do play it already, I figure I'm the type of person that wants to re-experience it. A few games that I'm actually considering to replaying are like Life is Strange, because I think that's one of the games that really needs to be re-experienced. Maybe again, The Last of Us, some of the Uncharted games, The Walking Dead, like games like that, because a lot of them have to be re-experiences like after you do play them. I mean, I'm that type of person. Like, I used to do Let's Plays all the time, and now we've expanded to do live Let's Plays, because I feel like live Let's Plays are so much funner for me because I love to talk a lot, plus you guys get to experience all the like crazy behind the scenes shenanigans that happens, and also I get to talk with you guys one-on-one to say like what you think about a certain scene. Something that will be going on when we do play The Last of Us Part 2 is we will not be looking at the chat during the cutscenes or major parts, because something that I've noticed is people tend to get really like distracted like when they're just streaming it. Like, if let's say Life is Strange, that's one game that a lot of people kind of avoid streaming, and people that do not avoid streaming that game, they tend to like just miss out on the chat. Like, everybody's just staring at the chat, oh, something says something funny, and then they miss like something like major, like something about like Mr. Jefferson or any random things, and there's like, oh crap, I kind of missed that. So something that I want to let you guys know is gaming is full time on Twitch, and then if you do miss the live streams, the entirety of the VOD will be uploaded 1 to 3 days after we do stream it. But yes, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Kat, Katcha, whatever you guys want to call me, Kach. Hey, what's up, Katcha. But yeah, today we're going to be reacting to, discussing, and also like coming up with thoughts about what we think about The Last of Us Part 2. It's a life-changing game. If you haven't played it already, be sure to play Part 1 before you play Part 2, because you're probably going to get spoiled. Plus, you'll miss out on a freaking amazing game. This is a type of game that is life-changing for many people. If it has changed your life, I would love to hear your story, because like I always say to people, it's not about just the gameplay. It's not about all the killing and this and that. Video games do not cause violence. That is something that I want to get out there. They do not cause violence at all. They are just there to help people escape from their realities. Yes, while it may show you how to do certain things and this or that, the thing is, so do movies, so do books, so do all these other things. So it has, I want to really discuss that. It's like, it does not cause violence, and people who do think that it does, it's just wrong. But other than that, I'm really excited to like get into this game. Again, The Last of Us is a life-changing game. It's something I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to Part 2 since I finished Part 1, since I was you know, kind of a late bloomer on that game. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to this, because again, it's real. It feels like you're there with the the characters, and each and every single one of them, even the clickers, the bloaters, Mr. Bloats, you know, Mr. Bloaty Bloats, like, you can even relate to them in their backstory. That's what I love about it. But anyway, guys, I'm not ready. I remember seeing one of the trailers for this game. I remember it vividly, and it's just, I'm so excited to see Ellie all grown up. Hopefully there's bottles and bricks. Hopefully there's even more like clickers and everything revealed. Maybe animals will get infected or anything. That's something I'm looking forward to too, even though I don't want them to suffer, but it's something that's very intriguing to me. Like this like growth and this and that. Like I am freaking excited for it. But anyway, guys, let's get reacting. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh fuck. Here we go. Oh, frig.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh.
How would you rate our kiss from last night?
Oh. 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 Oh.
Look who
Guess you
decided
could
to
travel
join
with
us. All right. You all know the drill.
No.
Run your routes. Mark your logbooks. You run into anything you can't handle.
Hold on, hold on! What the frick? Ellie? Ellie? Oh, yes!
Come back.
Oh my god, the snow always freaked me out how cold they are. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. For the love of God. For the love of God. Oh. Get off me! Stop! Leave her alone! Leave her alone! Get off! Stop! Get off! Get off! What'd they do to her? What did they do to her?
Tommy.
Oh! Tommy!
I have to finish it.
What?
You have no idea what you're walking into.
What are you doing?
You don't know how large that group is,
Oh.
how armed.
I
Oh.
don't care.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So graphic. Oh my god.
You can't stop this.
Oh! What the hell? Whoa! Oh, this, oh! Oh! Holy fuck, a baby! A baby! What the freak? Was it a Yo! Oh! Oh! What?
What the hell are you doing here?
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
Oh my god! Yo! 2/21/20. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo! I'm freaking hyped. Oh, I'm freaking hyped. Okay. Okay, time to discuss about everything. Every little moment about this trailer will be discussed. Because this is what we do on Lore Behind the Game. We talk about the lore. We talk about the characters. We talk about what the... Ow, I just hit myself. We talk about what they're feeling. Hold on. Hype glasses on. Shut up, cat. Oh! What? All right. Holy crap. Just... Oh, man, she like... I think she like knew right away. Like when he was like... I don't know if it was a smell or something, but she knew. Okay. Roll the clips. Let's do this. So, of course, it's going to start with the beautiful Sony Interactive Entertainment. Of course it's going to start with that. Because who else would it start with? Nobody can make this game unless it's freaking Sony. That's right. So we move on from there. We get a beautiful, beautiful view. Like, Look at that mountain. So this is our setting. It's cold, it's freaking cold, and it's cold, all right? I mean, if they were freaking cold in the first game, then they're gonna be freaking cold in the second game. Something that you guys have been saying to me from the beginning of The Last of Us is this, and I quote, what? The Last of Us Part 1 was about love. Last of Us Part 2 is scarily about hate. So, I don't know, something I am freaking not looking forward to. Again, I don't really like to talk about futuristic type things because I don't want to like guess and be right or be like wrong. So Kat, if you are wrong, you're going to revisit this video and you're not going to say anything else about it because this is going to be a pastime video. I like making evergreen type of content, but we're going to make an excuse out of this. Okay, we're gonna go from here. The only thing I'm going to say is I do not want Joel to end up being a villain. I hate when things do that like that. You know, something with Joel is, yes, he's been through a lot of crap. He's done a lot of bad things, but he is not written to be a villain. If he's written to be a villain and then Ellie has to kill him, I'm not gonna like that for a few reasons. One, it would ruin the entirety of the story. Two, it would ruin the relationship, which was the main point and plot within this story. It was, again, it's a character-driven story based on so many character-driven things. It's not just like, oh, we're killing clickers left and right. It's like, no, it's about the bonds that were being created with Joel and Ellie throughout the entire adventure. So if they do kill that off and then they change it where just to be for shock value or anything like that, I'm going to be extremely, not even just upset, but pissed, because that would just be a poor direction when it comes to writing. Because if they're gonna write Joel off as a villain, I'm not gonna be happy with that. That's gonna be where I'm just like, why you gotta do that? I've noticed they've done that a ton in a lot of like films nowadays, where it's like the guy who was supposedly gonna be like a hero suddenly becomes like the villain, and I don't know why they do that, especially when it has to do with like they're like raising a young girl and then she has to kill. I hate when that happens because, again, it's just following the tropes. Hopefully they won't do that. If they're gonna kill off Joel, kill him off in a redeeming way. Let him have his redemption arc, you know? Like, I feel as if he really needs to have that redeeming arc. Throughout The Last of Us Part 1, he did have a lot of redemption, from his rage to how he got from the end. I mean, even how he's talking to Ellie throughout the whole adventure, you'll notice how his dialogue kind of like shifted and how he didn't really want to get close to Ellie because he thought it was going to be like happening with what happened to Sarah, and he thought that was gonna, oh god, I'm freaking memories. Oh my god, this game was life-changing for me. But like, it's just upsetting if they ruin all of that for the sake of tropes or anything. So again, that's only me breaking the fourth wall right now. Hello. And if the future, if we see that it doesn't happen like that, and we see that maybe Joel becomes like an importance in the story, maybe doesn't die off, or maybe dies off in a sad way, I will be very upset. But at least he won't be written as a villain, because that's something I get disgusted by. A lot of studios are doing that nowadays, and hopefully Naughty Dog doesn't go down that route. But anyway, let's continue. Again, look at the beautiful like freaking view out there. I mean, god, despite the fact that it is cold, it looks like it's a very nice place for views at night, especially. I mean, looks like there's a lot of like a society going on too. Like there's a lot of people who are kind of like there, you know, like just there. Look at the lights. That means there's a lot of people active there. There's also like, I think there may be training grounds from the way I'm looking at it. But then to move forward, we got Girl, which I believe her name is Dina or Dinah, something, I believe. She is smoking right now, but she is like, hey girl, how'd you think about our kiss? And Ellie's all like, I don't know how to answer that. Like, it's like, finally, Ellie, you know, after all the pains that she's been through, she finally found somebody that she could consider someone she loves. And it's gonna be her. And I feel like if they're gonna kill off my bean, if they're gonna kill off freaking my chicken nugget Ellie, if they're gonna kill off her love interest, and you don't see my daughter get all happy, and my girl's not gonna be happy, and my daughter's gonna end up losing everybody, I'm not gonna be okay. So let's hope that Dina, despite the fact that she kind of does have red flags on her, just because, you know, love interest, the way they talk with each other, how happiness cannot exist in the Last of Us world because it just doesn't work that way. And also how she's screaming for her in the next few scenes. I mean, she's somewhere, something happened, and I'm not gonna be okay with that, because if I'm gonna see Ellie cry or get pissed, Ellie is more rageful than she is gonna cry, so all I know is I'm gonna be upset about this. So again, here comes the ship of the series. I mean, here we go. Here she is, the love interest. Let's hope she doesn't die off, because in The Last of Us, somebody that you love or care for always has to die. That's why you can never really have favorite characters in series like this, because they're always gonna die. So moving forward, Again, Ellie's all like, yay, finally love. It looks like they're decorating for something, or maybe that's just their lighting. It could be Christmas. I mean, look at those beautiful lights. People look active. There's a doggo right there. Look at him, he's so cute. And then you get the guy on the horse. It looks like he just came out of Red Dead Redemption. Maybe it's playing some homage to that. And then we got another guy. We got that dude. We got cool hair. And he says to Ellie,
Awareness. All right. You all know the drill.
we all know the drill. So, the drill. What's the drill? But before that, we got Dina, or Diana. I can't say her name. Please help me. They're like smiling at each other, just happy. Another red flag that she's gonna die. Please don't die, Bean. I don't even know you that much. I don't even know you.
Run your routes. Mark your logbooks. You run into anything you can't handle.
So, here's the thing. It's like, you know, do your routes, do your logbook. So, that means we're probably gonna have to write within the whole story. And if you run into anything you handle, and then you start seeing the growth happening, you see the dead freaking deer on the ground, or whatever the heck that, or an elk, it's just dead. I mean, let me go back to that, despite how gory it is. That poor thing looked like it was so mutilated. Like, it doesn't even look like something human destroyed that. It looks like something bit into it, like a freaking Wendy's, freaking Dave Single over and over again, and just left everything crumbs, everything. And hopefully that burger was cooked well, because that's not how you eat that. Like, god dang it, that blood. Like, that is just wrong. That is just so gory, and the thing is, the graphics have improved, so get ready for more gore, guys. Ellie! So Ellie falls, okay? Ellie freaking falls and gets separated. Oh boy, I'm not gonna be okay with that. That means in this moment, we're gonna have to deal with some, you know, clickers, bloaters, all that good stuff that you know and love. And I'm gonna have to deal with it and die over a million times. You know how Joel made it through my gameplay. I don't even know how the guy survived. And then you hear the iconic clicker noise. Brings back so many memories. Brings back so many memories. Just look at that. Look at that beautiful face. It's so gorgeous. I love the clicker's design. I'm not gonna say that, like, I just don't even know why. I mean, I think it's because it's like how it's growing and it still kind of looks human, but at the same time it doesn't. It's beautiful. It's one of those things that you look into gaming history, and if you talk about creature designs or anything like that, this is something that any art director would probably love to see. And if you're doing concept art for yourself, look at this for inspiration. Like, the way they made it, it's out of this world. God dang it. Out of this world. The more you know. So it's cold, it's frosty, you know, it's great. Because in The Last of Us, there always has to be like a winter scene going on. And all I know is they best be, by now, get like coats or something that they can possibly install or create for themselves that at least has portable heaters or something, because they are just destroyed by the cold. If anything, a lot of people will probably die by the cold rather than the clickers. Dina, where are you? So she's shouting, Dina, where are you? That's not a good sign. That is a sign that's not good, because that's the red flag I'm talking about. The love interest, oh, hey, you doing? Hey, you like our kiss last night? How you doing? Yeah, that's great. All that kind of stuff, Ellie's connection with her, the plot of The Last of Us, and how this one's gonna be more about hate than love. If the first one was all about love, and we lost that many people within the whole series, we're probably gonna lose even more characters. It's not gonna be pretty, but she's shouting for her, because she's separated. So, that's not good, because Dina's either dead, or, oh, worse, she's gonna turn into a clicker, which I can still say they're dead, infected. If it's anything like Tess, it's gonna destroy me, because Tess destroyed me. Like, I love that woman. She was amazing, and it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. So we're going to a nice little house. Great, nice little house, light is on, looks freaking like somebody's just relaxing in there. Nice little, probably like a fireplace, nice little thing. Like, I mean, it could be around Christmas time. I mean, it is kind of like snowy outside, so I'd imagine it's around Christmas. But she's sneaking up there, like, hey, maybe I just want some nice blankets, like maybe a cup of chocolate thingy, cocoa, hot cocoa, you know? Just rest by the fireplace. It's all good. It's all good. That's all she probably wants. But it's probably not. It's not gonna be okay. Get off me! So suddenly you go into the house, you think everything's fine, and then what happens? You get attacked by this gang of people who are coming at you crazily, pinning you down on the floor. You hear our freaking bean Ellie saying, get off of me. This is not going to be a good scene for me. I'm going to be crying my eyes out. I'm just ready for this. It's going to destroy me, especially if they do hurt her. Please stop. No. So she screams no. So either Dina's in there, and then they shoot her, because that was a raw no. That was a no where if you love somebody and then somebody hurts them, or it's not at no, I fall down, or no, I don't have my Wendy's. It's not that. It's more of the raw no. And she's in that moment saying no. So my guess, they kidnapped her. She followed maybe a blood trail to find Dina. Then they killed Dina. And then they do bad things to Ellie. Because in the next scene, we see Ellie on the bed. Her shirt is off. And this is gonna kill me. She is beaten and bruised, bloody, but her shirt is off in that house. So there's no way that she would just wake up like this and just be like, hey, everything's fine. No. Something happened in this house. And this is going to be the turning point of the series. I'm gonna guess. Because this looks freaking painful. That's fresh bruises. That's not, ow, I fell down. This is fresh bruises. So something happened to her. And that is a kick. So that's definitely from that guy's kick. So he didn't just kick her, he went boom! So ow.
Tommy.
So Tommy gets something in his hand. We see beautiful Tommy, you know, wonderful Tommy. I love Tommy. Don't get me wrong. Him and Joel had their differences, but I still did love Tommy. But he has something in his hand, and he looks concerned for her. Like, Ellie kind of looks worn down. She has like her hoodie on and everything. But oh, I'm scared. I don't know what to expect.
I have to finish it.
So I have to finish it. Like, what does that mean? Finish what? Is she gonna go? Supposedly she's going after like this gang. It's gonna be scary. And we're back to the beautiful, like, scenery with the horse and everything. She's just traveling, having a good time. No, she's not. She has vengeance. She wants to kill some people.
You have no idea what you're walking into.
What are you doing?
Now, the thing is, all seriousness aside, I have to ask this. Has Ellie learned how to swim in the moments? Since The Last of Us 1, has she learned how to swim? Because I see she's like riding on the boat and everything, but like, has she learned to swim? Because I'm gonna think that it is important that the girl knows how to swim if she's gonna be taking down a gang, okay?
How armed?
I don't care. You can't stop this.
Now here's the thing. I feel like throughout the whole series too, what's really gonna get to me and make me emotional, even at the moments, like the smallest of scenes, is she is going to want to get vengeance. Revenge so badly that I feel hate is going to drive her. It's not going to be inspiration. It's not going to be any of that in this series. I mean, maybe there will be light-hearted moments, because in a series you can't just have drama, because then that would just be too down low. You need to have the ups and downs, but I think there's going to be more downs in the series than there are going to be ups. And the reason I say that is because, again, it's driven by hate. And what's going to get me is it's going to touch on some really, really dark subjects that we're not going to be able to handle. Like, we're going to get emotional, because we saw Ellie as a kid, you know? And for her to grow up, it's kind of going to represent how, like, our society is, how it's going to be very raw, you know? It's going to be very, very raw and touch on those subjects where it's going to be very, like, uncomfortable, because we're going to realize that this is how our world is. This is how dark our world is. And despite the fact that this does take place in the future, it's still important for us to note. You know, it's very important for us to note that this stuff does happen. Despite a lot of this stuff is fictionalized, this stuff does happen in general in our life. And it's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Because, you know, they don't want to talk about something like that. They avoid it altogether. And I'm glad more gaming studios are touching on subjects like this, because, like, an example, a great game that did was God of War 4. It touched on some very heavy type of real situations, despite the fact of how fictional it was. But I feel like this is going to touch on that base too. It's like The Last of Us Part 1 did it perfectly. All right, like that kind of changed like the gaming landscape of how video games can be turned into like movies or stories. And a lot of games and stories and books and movies take a lot of inspiration from The Last of Us. So I think this one is going to get even more real, and it's going to, if I have to put down the controller when we do stream this game, you're gonna notice that I'm gonna have to stop, pause, and talk about it. Because here's the thing, when I was just doing Let's Plays, you saw parts of it. But you didn't see the whole thing because we cut it out due to time, due to how YouTube was back then when we were doing Let's Plays. You didn't see the whole part when I had to put certain things down and just take a moment to breathe and just be like, you saw parts of it, but a lot of the stuff was cut out. And the reason that I'm doing a lot of live streams now with gaming is because I want you guys to experience that raw emotion with me. I want you to experience that humanness that gaming does have to offer. Because with Let's Plays, you could cut that stuff out. This time I'm not cutting it anything, because this game, it deserves to freaking be streamed, but also it deserves to be able to talk about every bit and piece of emotion that goes behind it. But I know it's going to be driven by hate. I know it's going to be driven by vengeance, and I want to see that side of Ellie, but at the same time, I'm hoping it doesn't consume her. Because if it consumes her, then her heart is going to be so hardened, and she's going to lose herself. So hopefully, in the landscape of it all, it's The Last of Us, there's not going to be a happy ending. If anything, there's going to be a bittersweet ending, or there's going to be some kind of ending that leaves us, like, open for questions and maybe a continuation. I don't know. But I just don't want her to lose herself to this. So as we see, there's brand new ways of people just able to attack you, you know. Usually it would just be like, let me snap your neck, or just, or throw some bricks at you or bottles. This time it's more like, I'm going to get up front and personal with you and just stab you with my axe, or just, here you go. I take my knife stabbing skills to a brand new level. Like, it's gonna be more raw with, like, when it comes to like gameplay. It's gonna be so much more raw with, like, violence. And a lot of people live for that stuff. A lot of people, it does help them, like, therapeutically. And this is gonna be that type of game where if I'm having a bad day and I'm really mad, I will play this game. But look, we got the bloaty bloats. They look freaking beautiful, and there's 2 or more running at you. You're gonna see me screaming the entirety of the time, but they look freaking gorgeous. Even the movements have improved, the mocap, everything about it looks freaking amazing. Like, god dang it, Bloaters, you're making me tear up. Oh my god, this improvement, this is gaming at its finest, my folks, because the freaking Bloaters, like, nothing beats the Bloaters, okay? Mr. Bloats, Mr. Bloaty, like, I gotta name them all. Mr. Bloatelius, Mr. Bloatenold, Mr. Bloat something. Name all the Bloaters, okay? Give them all top hats and bow ties, please. Let's bring that meme back. So it looks like we're not even gonna have to worry about humans and Bloaters this time. Now we're gonna have to worry about actual animals. That's a freaking dog. Okay, that's Mr. Chompers right there. He got those teeth. Like, he's gonna just sink it into our hand. So it's like, we don't have to just deal with freaking humans and Bloaters and clickers and stalkers. We don't have to deal with that shizzles anymore. It's like, hell no. How to make it even more painful, and please don't tell me she's gonna bond with that dog and then it's gonna get rabid and then she's gonna have to kill it, because I'll just put the controller down and just leave the freaking room if I have to do that. Thank you very much. I will just be like, okay, that's end game for me. I'm not doing that. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, you don't do that with me. So it's something I'm looking forward to, too. It's like how it looks like they're even more zombified. So not only do you have the clickers on Bloaters, some poochies, and then you got some, like, little things going on, you got the people who are slowly transforming into it. So it's gonna be like Sam, the Sam moment. You remember with Sam? Oh god, just don't even. That moment in The Last of Us killed me. Like, freaking killed me. All right, I couldn't. Like, that was a story of brotherhood, and they just literally had to make him kill his brother. Like, God dang, it had to be the older brother that killed the younger brother too. Like, it had to be, that was a story of brotherhood. And they had it, God dang it. But the thing is I like to see that. I wanted to see more of that. Like, even with Tess, when she started turning and everything, like, she didn't even turn. She killed herself beforehand. But, like, actually, she didn't kill herself. She actually fought to the death. Like, that's a freaking heroic move that she did. But when it comes to, like, seeing the people transform, that's something I was very intrigued about. Like, how, like they would become paler, or, like, just you see it transform. Like, I wanted to see more of that because, like, the whole zombie thing that, like, really, like, intrigues me. But something that a lot of people wanted to avoid with The Last of Us was, like, saying it's zombies, because it's not zombies. It's a disease that goes on. But it's something I'm looking forward to because I want to see how they transform, you know, how it transcends into that clicker form, or how they become bloaters and this and that. Like, oh man, the lore behind this game is freaking amazing. But then, what do we have here? Just give a whiff of the manly hands, and suddenly, the musky stench of man has appeared in the flesh.
What are you doing here?
And it's freaking Papa freaking Joel. Papa freaking Joel. Here he is, who is like freaking fine wine, how he is aging. Goodness, look at that man. I think he looks better when he's older. It's just like freaking Tom Selleck. The thing is look at him. He's just like worn out, raggedy. Looks like he's still going through some shizzles. This man needs freaking spa, please. Like Papa Kratos? Okay, well, freaking Papa Joel needs a spa too, okay? She says, what the hell are you doing here? It wasn't more like, oh my God, it's Joel. Not like what I did, okay? That's not Ellie's character. I'm not freaking Ellie. When she's like, what the hell are you doing here? And he's all just like, whoosh, I can't let you do this alone. But like, look at him. It's such a natural reaction too. That's why I'm beginning to really like a lot of series nowadays, because a lot of series in like the heyday and everything used to be like shock value. Oh my God, fake reaction. Oh my God, now everything is more like real and raunchy, like not raunchy. What am I saying? Real and like raw. You know, it's like that raw emotion, that realness to everything, and like how you see in this moment, it was not just like, oh my God, Papa Joe. Ah. It's more like, what the frig are you doing here? What the hell are you doing here, boy? You're supposed to be somewhere else, not here. So I'm glad that they added that.
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
You know what? I love that. He literally is like, you think I would let you do this on your own? Like, he even says it so seriously. And I feel like he's going to be the non-playable character. Or they're going to do what they did with Ellie, where it's going to be like the majority of the game you played as Joel, and then that one scene you end up playing as Ellie, and then the DLC you play as Ellie again. So like with this, I'm thinking with him, it's going to be like, he's going to be the follow-along. Ellie's going to be leading the way. You know, hopefully get another horse and name it Callus or something, just like my PS4's name is Callus. But, you know, we took a poll about that. But the thing is with this, is like, he might be a playable character throughout the series, but like, maybe not as much, because as we know, we play as Ellie this time. But hopefully he doesn't, I don't want him to die. I can't have him die, because it's gonna break me. And I think that's what they're leading up to, and I don't want that, but hey, it's gonna have to happen. Now, to talk about that scene at the end, how he gave her that look, you think I'd let you do this alone? And he was serious at first, and then he looked at her like, his eyebrows went up, he kind of makes like a sighing type of sound, which kind of represents like remembering nostalgia, or seeing her all grown up, or being there, like just worried, you know? He's become like her father. And that's how they were written to be, at least in part 1. I don't know how it is in part 2, because she's shocked to see him. What the hell are you doing here? I don't know how long they were separated or whatever. Or if they weren't separated at all and he just followed her. Maybe he's going to be like that guide. You know, like those characters that always become like the guide and watch after you. And maybe you'll see something like fall over and you'll be like, oh, what was that? And it was somebody like hiding behind something just to keep an eye and watchful eye on them. Hopefully it's also like that, because he's that fatherly type of person. He's not going to let his daughter go off on her own. Like, but all I do know is a few things that I'm hyped about. 1, that you get to play as Ellie. 2, Ellie's older, so it's going to be even more freaking raw. 3, the bonds that these characters do make together. The new characters, which is number 4. 5 is definitely the adventure overall, but more importantly, the character-driven story. Hopefully it's not plot-driven. Part 1 was more character-driven. This one's plot. Hopefully this one's not as plot-driven as a lot of the games that have been coming out. Based on what I've seen, it has the potential to also be a character-driven story. There is a lot of plot development development that does go on. Like, they're going from point A, point B, point C, but there's also the character plots that go on. So hopefully this answers a lot of my questions that I had within part 1. But if it does follow the characters and it stays justice to them, and it's not just like a story to like empower women or anything like that. Like, here's the thing, I myself am a freaking woman, but I'm getting kind of tired of the whole like women empowerment type of thing. It doesn't look like it would be, because it's more about like people losing things and Ellie as she's growing up in the world she has to live within. I mean, I'm just hoping it doesn't go down that road where it just focuses on the fact that she's a girl. I mean, a lot of things have done that, and it really kind of pisses me off because it shouldn't freaking matter, and mentioning it over and over again just for a statement, it kind of ruins like a lot of things. But from what I've seen in this teaser, it doesn't look like it's gonna be like that, because like Ellie has been badass since she was freaking young. So I don't think that's gonna change. I mean, if you want to make her even more badass, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, she got a tattoo or something. I mean, that counts. But I love her design. Her hair is awesome. I also love the fact that it feels very lonely. You know, kind of feels like you're going in this world that you already know, that you may be familiar with. If she's going back into The Last of Us Part 1, nostalgia is going to come back. Hopefully they add some Easter eggs to it, something I'm looking forward to. But like, I feel like it's, even though you may know certain areas, I feel like it's going to have that nostalgic mix of loneliness and like just serenity, where you just stand at, like if you're looking into like a field or something and looking up in the sky, you can really appreciate the lighting and everything, the buildings and everything that goes on, and just sit there and think about life, you know? I don't know if you guys ever get like that, but it's going to be an amazing adventure, and it's going to be something that like Ellie's going to grow from. But hopefully her happiness doesn't get stripped of her pain or anything, because like I feel like that's where it's going to go for. Here's my thought. Dina's going to die by that group. She wants to end them completely. They do something bad to Ellie. They hurt her to the point where she is in pain. She wants to get revenge, not on her part, but because they're killing people she cares about. Joel's gonna be like the guide that follows her around without her knowing. She's gonna start questioning, like, oh, maybe something's fine. These are just my theories or anything, but like, I'm very excited. This doesn't come out for a while. We have a lot to talk about. If there's any like other videos related to The Last of Us Part 2, or if you really want me to talk about theories or anything like that, I would love to. This is what Lore Behind the Game is really about. Like pinpointing things, picking things apart, really discussing it on the couch with you guys, and just really getting down to the nitty-gritty of what a character is kind of feeling. So here was my discussion of a 3-minute of a 3-minute video, and we did this in a very long time. It was a 3-minute video, a reaction plus discussion, all put into one for you guys, because I feel like this game deserves a hell of a lot more than it gets, despite the fact that it is a national and international success. I feel like this game should even get even more awards than it has. I mean, like, I feel like Part 2 is going to get a lot of rewards, but I don't know as much as Part 1, because Part 1, it's very hard to beat. Neil seems like he's very confident in this game based on what he's saying on Twitter and everything. He seems very confident in it. So that's good. When a creator's confident in their own work, is really good to know. But I don't know if it will surpass Part 1, because Part 1 was life-changing. And again, some of my fears, the 2 fears that I have is, 1, it's going to make Joel into the villain. Hopefully it doesn't do that, because again, he was Papa Joel. He is written as a character that should get a redeeming arc. Part 1 hinted at a redeeming arc towards the end, where it's a kind of acceptance of his daughter's death and kind of got comfort in going on a journey with Ellie and everything. But now he still needs to have his redeeming arc. But karma's a thing, so hopefully it doesn't catch up to him. And number 2, my other fear, it's going to be a story about like woman empowerment. I mean, again, it shouldn't matter if you're a woman or not. That's something that a lot of, this is like a huge trope that goes on with studios nowadays, where it's just like, yes, women empowerment, let's make the woman a badass. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to make that the premise of the story. You don't have to do that at all. You could just make it naturally there. I mean, Ellie from the beginning has been a badass, like I said, and hopefully they stick to that. So, and they don't change her at all, because it's really upsetting to me. I mean, obviously she's going to change a little bit because she's older, but like her morals and everything, hopefully that doesn't change from what she believes in, how she is written and directed. I mean, like, hopefully that doesn't change too much. Those are my only 2 fears. Other than that, I'm excited for the freaking ships. Dina's an adorable girlfriend for her. Like, I'm so excited for that. I mean, I'm excited to see them like kind of like blossom into a wonderful relationship or anything. Hopefully they don't just kill her off, or maybe they just, I don't know, maybe Dina becomes like, I don't want to see her die because that'll kill Ellie's spirit and everything. But other than that, like, I'm excited Joel's gonna be a part of it. Tommy's back. Tommy looks awesome. The bloaters look freaking gorgeous. Like, just, I love that. I mean, the cluckers look amazing, but the bloaters, even how they move, they look so, just so like angry. Like, everything looks so angry as they move. But the most thing I'm really excited for is how this is going to top The Last of Us Part 1, and also how it is going to like lead us on this other like totally different adventure with brand new characters who will like learn to love and just bond with. Hopefully not bond too much with, because then they'll end up gonna die, and we know how that works. But anyway, guys, if you want more lore behind the game per week, be sure to check out our Patreon page. There's a link in the description down below where you guys can, you know, get more episodes per week and help fund All Ages of Geek and help us reach our goals. Woo! And also be able to spread as much fandom positivity in every single fandom, whether that's gaming fandom, anime fandom, whatever fandom that we do tend to get into, because we're in a lot of fandoms already. It really does support, so all your support is awesome. Yeah, you're awesome. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. But anyway, my friends, I'm very hyped up for The Last of Us Part 2. I want to know your thoughts down below. Again, this is more of an interactive type of like community that we do have. So a lot of this will also be discussed on our Twitch streams until The Last of Us Part 2 does come out. And again, it doesn't come out until 2020, so we have a long freaking wait. Again, you can make sure that you mark your dates, because again, right when it comes out, we will be streaming it. I probably won't be like on the day of, unless it's around the times we do stream, because I like to make sure things are set up properly. I mean, everything will be set up like 100% for you guys, and you guys will be able to experience that game with me every single week. And I'm just freaking hyped. I am just freaking hyped if it meets The Last of Us Part 1. And because again, that game really did leave an impact and a mark on my life, and really has like improved me as a growth of a human being. And I sometimes go back to it and watch some of the cutscenes, and I listen to the music all the time. That's another thing I'm really excited for, the music. But again, anyway guys, I talk too much. I talk so much, but that's just who I am. And again, it's all about being real as possible on this freaking channel. And yeah, that's what All Ages Geek is about, bringing more humanness into gaming and everything in general. But anyway, my friends, I want to know your thoughts down below. Tell us what you think. What are you excited for? That's something I'm really happy for, hearing what you guys are excited for. But yeah, my friends, I hope you have an amazing day. You stay weird. You stay wonderful. You stay awesome, my friends. Until the next video, embrace your fangirl, and your fanboy, and you're a fan clicker, and you're a fan bloater every single day. Let me throw a brick at you right now, and a bottle. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so cringy. It doesn't change. Bye, guys!
Stand up, geeks of all ages. Stand up and stand that fandom.